Hey folks, Bowtie here. As always, don't forget to hit the like, follow, subscribe buttons on your screens. That way you can stay up to date on everything that's going on. And I'll be posting commentary as well as some great stories as I continue my journey and taking time off for mental health. By the way, I don't usually give things away, but at the UIL football state championships back in December, I got one of these little popcorn buckets at Cowboys Stadium, and I'm not a Cowboys fan. So if you want it, send me a message, DM me on Twitter, Instagram, or find out how to reach me. This thing is good for popcorn. You can store candy in there. You can probably store some non-food in there as well. And it also makes a good vomit bucket. So that way, every time Jerry Jones says or does something that you don't like, this will come in handy. So again, send me a note on social media. So speaking of Jerry Jones, as expected, he did not retain Mike McCarthy. He did not renew his contract. McCarthy was not fired, but just not rehired. Of course, Mike McCarthy probably very happy as he can go to a real franchise and try to duplicate what he did when he was in Green Bay. Brian Schottenheimer, the son of longtime head coach Marty Schottenheimer, promoted up to the head coaching job. And while a lot of people are not happy with it, Jerry Jones may be the best businessman in all of professional sports. What the hell are you talking about, Bowtie? Well, remember, sports franchises are just like any other business, a restaurant, a car dealership, a proctologist office, in that the goal at the end is to make money and be profitable. And kind of think about it this way with some of the moves that Jones has made. Out of all of the sports owners in the four major sports in the U.S., probably some of the other sports as well, WNBA, soccer, and all that stuff. Jerry Jones is by far the best businessman because he's making the most money, and he has shown that winning doesn't mean everything to him, and in this case, doesn't mean a damn thing. So the point is, though, is that in most businesses, you're trying to appease your shareholders. Now, in this case, there aren't any shareholders in a professional sports franchise, well, maybe outside of the Green Bay Packers, but that's a different setup in sports. But hey, he's making billions and billions of dollars. His moves say, hey, I don't care if we ever win again or not, 7-10, 10-7, win a championship, get the number one pick in the draft. We don't care. So Jerry Jones may really be the best businessman. He's also great at being able to get attention for a team that is lackluster at best and a sideshow at worst. Think about it this way. Before their Week 18 matchup against Washington, the Cowboys had 34 straight games on television that were broadcast by the number one or the number two broadcast team for that network. That streak ended in Week 18 when the number four Fox crew ended up broadcasting that Washington-Dallas game. So needless to say, he's managed to take a team that had no relevance in the 80s after falling apart under the final years of Tom Landry, grew it up in the 90s, blew it up by getting rid of Jimmy Johnson, and has basically sat up in his booth and kind of toiled around while smoking cigars and using toilet paper as dollar bills. But he's a shrewd businessman, and it shows why the Cowboys are still the most valuable franchise in the NFL, even though they suck like the Jacksonville Jaguars. So will things ever get better on the field? No, at least not as long as he's there. But remember, folks who are hoping that he retires or ends up in the ground, just remember, Stephen Jones's son is up next. And you think Jerry's bad, Steven's going to be so bad, he's going to make Matt Stepp look like a competent owner. So, folks, just kind of enjoy the fact that you have a team that loses 10 games a year, loses home playoff games when they get to the playoffs, because once this whole cycle is over, the Dallas Cowboys are going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bow tie out.